Mixties presents the Popcast.
Hey, my name is Brian, and that is Shane, and this is the Popcast, and today, you know what we're talking about. America's Got Talent, Judge Cuts 2, baby. Shane, let's get it started, bro. Woo!
Let's get it started. Judge Cuts 2, but first, I want to say happy birthday to you, bro, for your Reddit Cake Day is today.
It broke up there for a minute. It's my Reddit Cake Day. Everybody needs to remember
Reddit
that.
Cake Day.
That's right.
Yeah,
this is the day I signed up for Reddit years and years and years ago. So when I post this video to the AGT subreddit, I expect those easy upvotes, bro. Okay?
I was just going to say happy Reddit birthday, but okay.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's my Reddit Cake Day. This is the one day I get to post something and get some kind of visibility, okay?
This is the day you get to sit around naked and nobody's going to judge you.
I'm naked from the waist down right now.
All right, I didn't need to know that. So anyways, DJ Khaled, bro, was on the show last night.
Khaled. Whatever, who cares?
If you're heavy in the rap scene and you understand, I didn't know too much about DJ Khaled, but he came on the show last night sporting a giant beard and ready to be the fifth judge for the night for Judge Cuts 2. I don't think he did a bad job. He wasn't super charismatic, but he was, it's kind of funny watching these guest judges come in because they didn't get to see the first performance. And so you've got all the regular judges, Simon and everybody going, oh yeah, you should have seen this person last time. Oh, they did this. And oh yeah, totally doesn't make sense. And the judges kind of look just a little confused at some of the stuff going on. So, and what's also cool is, I don't know if you realize this, but a lot of the people backstage are seeing these people perform for the first time. Because of whatever audition city they were in, they didn't audition together. So they haven't seen each other's shows.
That's right, yeah.
So, because we're not to the live, they filmed all this stuff before Idol came out, really. So they didn't see him. So it's cool to see, for people to be impressed and to kind of not know who the other artists are that go out on stage.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. One thing, though, is I think that Hardwick did say that he had seen him last time. I think Hardwick watches the show.
Oh, okay.
Or at least he got caught up before he was a judge on the show.
I mean, who knows how they shoot it and edit it or what the heck's going on.
Right.
But, yeah. Well, he said he'd seen him on the internet. He was a meme.
Oh,
that's what he
that's
said
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
He was an internet meme.
Well, let's get to the acts because that's what people are here for. People are here to hear what we think about the various acts that either went through or should have gone through or didn't go through, right?
All right. I've got a lot to say.
Number one, Samulus.
Samulus. Yeah, what a name that is. Yeah, I didn't think he should have made the cut the first time.
Yeah,
so I wasn't. I mean, having a high-pitched voice and being able to sing high octaves is really cool. But it just felt like his voice was also weak. Is
it cool?
I mean, Freddie Mercury. I love to hear Freddie Mercury sing.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury had range, though. Yeah, he had a high voice, but he also had range.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he wasn't just Princess Fiona from Shrek, killing birds.
Right.
It was, that's what this guy. He's kind of a one-trick pony, and it wasn't that impressive. And I also felt like his voice wasn't very strong. He'd go to the high note, but I don't know. I didn't find his performance that entertaining, and I'm not ready to go back to disco. I don't know about you guys.
No,
I'm not ready to be there yet. So
I'm not ready for that either. He didn't go through, and rightfully so.
Right.
I didn't like him. Didn't like him the first time or the second time. Didn't care for him. It was weird though. My daughters, both of them, I heard them talking during AGT, and they're like, and Ellie goes, "No, that's a girl," and Lon goes, "No, that's a boy. That's a boy." And I was like, "No, it's a girl. Listen, you can hear her." I'm like, girls, it's neither of those things, okay? Just watch and have fun.
Yeah, there could have been some confusion for younger people.
I'm not ready to get into that conversation. Yes, his voice sounds high, but he looks like a boy. He's a boy with a high voice.
I do want to say, though, that despite what we think, the audience gave him a standing ovation, and the judges seemed to really like the performance.
A lot of people got standing ovations, though.
That's true, but I noted it on that one specifically.
Okay. Well, he didn't go through, so doesn't matter.
That's true. He didn't make it.
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like him at all. I didn't like him the first or second time. I'm glad he didn't go through. Just not a fan. It would have, and I don't think it was a great way to open. You open with this guy's like deep backstory, and like going into like this long opening for an act that we don't that is just sort of weak. You know, I don't understand the concept.
No, that's definitely a huge bone I have to pick with these guys with America's Got Talent when they're going through this process, the new editing process or whatever you want to call it, where you get to see pieces of people. The problem with this show right now is that anybody you see a clip of their act, they didn't make it. They're not going to make it at the end. There's no sense of surprise. I was not terribly surprised by who made it and who didn't make it tonight. There's only one act that I felt should have made it or not made it, and based on the editing, you could almost tell. I mean, you could tell the golden buzzer based on the editing last night.
Yeah.
And they really need to kind of surprise us a little more. When the music starts, the golden buzzer's coming. The music doesn't play for any other act except the last act or the golden buzzer act, and they just need to kind of, they need to stop doing that. Make it a little more of a surprise.
The producing or the editing that's going on right now is not great, and there's a lot of people complaining about it on various forums like Reddit and Something Awful, and in the comment sections of all the Facebook posts. The editing is not great. These long, drawn-out intros to acts that last less time than the actual intro. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand. And seeing the same long, drawn-out intro twice in a row, I mean, it's not great. Because, like, we saw, what's her name? The girl with the lady, her dad has cancer.
Yeah.
Edie Claire, okay?
Right.
Edie Claire did an amazing performance. But we saw her intro before. So
right.
All that time they spent on her intro, they could have spent actually giving us some of the other acts that went through or didn't go through.
Well, okay, but there was new information on this intro. So now not only is her dad has cancer, but now he's basically dying. So they wanted to make sure that was, of all the front stories we got, or backstories, we're going to call it, in front, hers was probably the most legitimate because there was an update to the information. And there was more of the story to tell.
I agree there was an update, but it also...
But Samuelus, no sense.
The way they edited it, though, also for their intro was like, he's dying because he'd rather spend time with his family than go get treated. That's what it sounded like to me, and like
I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Like, hey, you can spend time with your family after you get treated. You get a lot longer time. I don't know, man. This is the United States. Like, we don't deny treatment to people that are having medical problems. A doctor never goes, hey, you know what? You're too far gone. Just go home and die.
Well, but you got to understand, also they talked about it. His cancer, his tumors grew instead of went away over the last year. After treatment. So he's probably feeling like, well, do I want to, it sounds like they've given up.
Yeah, it does sound that way.
It
makes it even sadder.
Yeah, does he want to go through more treatment that's not going to work and not be able to enjoy the time with his family and die anyways, or does he want to spend the last quality time he has with his family? I don't know. Me personally, I would like to think I would go kicking and screaming to the end.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say because we're not in his shoes. So
that's true, and it's super unfortunate. And I gotta say, her performance was fantastic, and I
really enjoyed it.
Wasn't a dry eye in that room, dude. I looked at my wife, and she was tearing up. My kids looked sad. Everybody in the room was sad. I'm laughing because I'm the only person that wasn't sad per se, but I was sad. I just didn't look it,
Yeah, Macy Gray saw that song "I Try" is already a great song.
Right.
By Macy Gray, and so to be sung in that kind of country, different, a little bit different flavor than we hear it. It was very well done. I could hear that being a remake on the radio.
Yeah, really well done. I know we skipped a bunch of stuff, so let's go back to the list.
Yeah, let's go back. Stephen Scott.
Stephen Scott. Okay. The answer machine bit. I understand it. I understood the joke, but I feel like, boy, is that joke dated, right? It's like he took a dated joke that he was doing in the 90s and he updated it by saying, "I wish there were more answering machines back." Like he changed the intro of the joke to make it an updated joke because now we don't have answering machines. But I bet you that in the 90s he was doing that same bit, but without the intro part about wishing there were still answering machines.
Well, what's funny is I actually heard that bit on XM radio, like last week.
Oh, wow.
So it was really weird. I didn't realize it was him. I didn't realize he was on the show. But I started hearing the joke, and then I started hearing him tell it last night. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was on the road. Remember, I was out fishing, and I heard that guy on XM. So you're right. It probably is old. I thought it was funny. I mean, it's hard to make the sound of an answering machine appropriate.
Yeah,
he must have practiced it.
I mean, it's funny, but it was one joke.
It's one joke. What the heck is going on? It's supposed to be a set.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a 90-second set. You can at least pop in, 3 jokes, 2 or 3 jokes.
These guys
What's
are complaining.
With the one joke and stop?
Yeah, they're complaining like it's an excuse that, like, we have to go out there to a cold audience and we have 90 seconds to make them laugh, so we can't do a real set. And I'm like, but that's not accurate because last season, a comedian almost won, right?
Right.
Actually, I think a comedian did win. But more than one comedian almost won, and they were doing longer sets than 90 seconds.
Well, yeah, I think I'm not sure if they're going to give him more time as we get to the live shows or not, but yeah, I think he was okay. I was like, I laughed. I'm like, okay, that was pretty good, but I need to see more than one trick.
Yeah.
To be able to judge it properly, and obviously the judges did too, since he didn't make it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I agree, and hopefully the other comedy acts that are there can step it up and don't lean on the I only get 2 minutes thing, but actually try to give a decent comedy set. And coming out and saying I'm coming up to a cold audience, it's my excuse. Well, no, the audience isn't cold. They're there to see. They're there to. They expect to laugh. It's not.
They're ready to be entertained.
Yeah, it's not the same as going into an empty room, and it's not the same thing. Okay, so the next act was the Quillards. I love these guys. I love these guys.
Too. I do too, man. The Quillards are my one, there was a mistake made. I really felt
Absolutely.
Like they should have made it through.
They should have made it through, man. They're so funny. They were so funny. Oh.
Yeah, they were great. They could have done so much more too. I honestly thought they were going to get a pass. Something must have happened during the process, and I have a feeling I know what it is.
I know what it is.
I mean, I'm just gonna. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Go ahead and say what you think it is.
You couldn't send Evie home because she's a great singer, did a great set, has a super sad story, and you couldn't send the last singer home because she did a great set, has a super sad story. They couldn't be heartless. They had to. One of these people had to bite the bullet so that both singers can go through.
Well, they both deserve to go through, both of those singers, but Junior and Emily did not deserve to go through.
Oh, you are so right. You are
okay. Junior and Emily did not deserve to go through. They didn't perform. They didn't up their game. They were told they didn't up their game, and I think this is one of those cards that was played by probably the other judges. Simon was right on this one, but here's the thing. Of the dancers, of the ballroom dancers that are out there, they're the best. They're the most talented. But the reality is that it's just not enough talent to make a difference. You could get an ice skater out there to do spins, a little patch of ice. What are we going to do? We're going to have a pair of ice skaters out there and just let them do a pirouette, a bunch of times? That's what happened. I mean, I just don't think – they're doing a huge disservice. The Quillards are going to give you a different show. They're going to do something different. We're going to get a stage. What are we doing with Junior and Emily?
Nothing. And you know what's great? This is what I wrote about their notes when I saw them come on yesterday. I wrote, "Yay, brother and sister cringe story coming up." And I was right. Super long backstory we've already seen, but let's go ahead and get into it again. Yay!
We get to hear it again. We get to hear it again.
Again.
The same story.
Same backstory. Same dance.
More dad. More on the dad.
Right. The same exact thing, just a different song. And they didn't even do it as good as they did it the first time.
No, they didn't. It was 90 seconds of her spinning in place.
Cringe, boring backstory, whatever dance. Same, different song. It's like it's such a worthless act.
Yeah, I was. Anyways, I was not
impressed.
impressed.
Went through. There's something political going on there, and I don't know what it is.
they feel like they have to have a spread of talented acts. They want to make it a variety show. It's a variety show. So they want to make sure, do we have any dance act? We don't have any dance acts in. We don't have anybody dancing. We got to have dance. They cut some of the other people out there that were doing that last night. So
yeah.
Which you didn't see much of them. They only showed clips.
Like this next one, Straight Jacket, straight with an 8.
I don't know.
You saw him for 3 seconds.
Yeah, I don't even remember him, to be honest
And
with
go through. What about Solto and T-Dot?
Solto and T-Dot.
They were up against Junior and Emily.
They got some pretty good kudos.
Yeah, it was definitely a step up from the previous edition.
I knew somebody was going to go through. I didn't want either group to go through.
Well, either of them
I was
didn't
not
go through.
impressed. But
except for Junior and Emily.
No, Junior and Emily did.
Right.
But when they were up there together, so the frames just before that, they didn't let anybody go through. So the set that came out before they talked about Solto and Dot and Junior and Emily, that whole group said, nope, sorry, none of you are going through. So I knew when the next set came out and those two groups walked out, I'm like, oh no, somebody's going through, because they're not going to do that twice.
Right, and I thought the same thing, and I said, well, at least it's going to be Solto and T-Dot because they were decent.
They were a little. I'm sorry. I personally didn't care for either one of them.
I didn't care for either one of them either, but at least they were decent.
If we're going to have a dance group come on, we'll talk about it in a little bit. I'd rather have the Mirror Image guys. So we'll talk about that. Oh no, we're going to talk all about that, bro. So I'm not really happy. I didn't like the Solto and T-Dot routine.
No, I didn't like the routine, but they're better than Junior and Emily.
They did better than Junior and Emily, but I don't think either one of them should have gone through.
That's true. Okay, what about Jokju and Achan?
Oh my gosh! Wait a sec, man. I got to tell you, that was such a uncomfortable moment last night. To be the people who own the chickens, and to be up there and them not doing it, it's just got to be like, oh, and right? It's so cringy. And then the chickens are like, what, man?
I was so happy.
I just want to eat poop.
I was so happy.
What's this other chicken? This unproven chicken they brought out there.
When they were trying to get them to do the dueling piano thing, and the chickens are just looking around like I don't know what's going on right now. It was the best act of the night, bro.
Wait,
it was the
can
best
I be honest though? I secretly wanted it to happen. I wanted it. I wanted there to be dueling pianos with chickens playing.
Dude.
Yeah, I just wanted it to happen.
The thing is, when they didn't, like, if you're going to fail, do it spectacularly, because when they failed, when they knew they weren't going through, that was the best way to go down right there. Just like total confusions. Chickens, please hit the piano. Come on, Jokshu. Come on.
Yeah, and I love DJ Khaled's there. He's like, I am really confused right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's supposed to be happening. So that was pretty fun.
I hate the chickens. I hate them.
I know, but it was great. The first one was great. You got to admit.
When they went down in a blazing, cringe, awkward glory, I was cheering the whole time, man. I was laughing. My kids were laughing because I was laughing so hard. They didn't know what they were laughing at. They're like, "This is funny, right? Yeah, okay."
Yeah. There's a chicken. There's two chickens.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic.
Well, you knew they weren't going to go anywhere, so it's good that it happened. So 4 buzzes, straight home.
Okay. And then Dakota Striplin.
Remember the I Can't Help Fall in Love with You?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good performance. But it wasn't great. I think the problem is and the judges really gave it out because Mel B and Heidi both said, hey, there's an improvement from your first, but hey, the competition is stiff. It's going to be a tough call. And I think that's a warning to people to say, it was an okay thing. Yeah. I wasn't blown away by what you're doing.
That's what it is.
You're on the fence.
Yeah.
I think that statement means you're on the fence. So, and of course, Dakota didn't make it through. So,
yeah. But how could you? Because the next act was my favorite act. I don't know
Well,
how you feel about this guy, but I love this guy so much, dude.
Chase. Okay. So we've seen, and I just want to go ahead and say it now, because Chase Goring is probably the most has the most potential of anybody, because not only is he interesting, he's got a different jam, he's got more almost that 21 Pilots feel to him. He's got his own music, his own writing, and it's good. You could hear it on the radio. Everybody's in trouble in this competition, man. I mean, honestly, this guy's going to go all the way. I don't know if he's going to win it, but he'll be one of the last 3 people on stage for sure.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, man, because his music is not a rehash or a karaoke version of somebody else's tunes. This guy writes his own stuff, plays his own stuff, and it's not just like, oh, he's a talented singer-songwriter of his own music. It's actually good music. It's unique, and you can hear on the radio. I can hear myself buying this guy's album, dude. It's good.
Oh, yeah. No, his first 2 songs were, I mean, I've heard 2 songs from him already. I like both of them. Yeah. I mean, Simon's over there going, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Simon's counting money off the corner. He's like,
yeah, dude, it's happening.
Yeah, you can go through. Yeah.
I mean, when obviously, DJ Khaled hit the golden buzzer for the right guy. So, Chase should have gone through. He's a nice kid, nice guy. He's going to go far in the show. I want to hear as many of his songs as we can get.
Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think most everybody else does too. All right, this next act, the Shock Trio, the Zero Brothers.
Didn't get very much time. Neither did we with the Godfathers. Neither did we got with Tolga.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like this barrage of you're not going through. No, might as well. We're just going to show a piece of you.
I called it. I told my wife, I was like, yeah, I'm going to fast forward past these guys because A, my kids don't need to see anybody nailing anything into their body, and B, they're boring and they're not going to go through anyways. So it wasn't going to happen. So I fast forward past them. I fast forward past most of the Godfathers, just whatever. I stopped for a minute.
The Godfathers.
Yeah, they're really talented. I stopped for a minute on them.
Right.
But then I saw that they weren't being given any attention. I was like, okay, moving on. They didn't get a full act, so it's not.
And they haven't gotten a full act yet. Their audition, they didn't get a full act. And what's sad is these guys are more talented. I would argue they're more talented than Junior and Emily. Junior and Emily's going through. These guys are sitting at home. But what? We just don't want an acrobat act. We're just tired of it or whatever. I don't know. But
you're not tired of Junior and Emily's act? I don't understand the concept.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm saying act with parentheses because it's not act. At this point, it's the same exact dance over and over again. It's no longer an act. I don't know, man. It's a one trick thing. You spin it really fast. Oh, that's cool. Okay, what else?
That's
you got?
it.
Nothing. That's not worth $1 million. Go home.
Anybody that's got one trick, they shouldn't go on. They shouldn't go on. And there's enough acts out there that they can, bring people in that have variety that can change up their performance.
This isn't season 2. Come on.
Right.
Tolga.
That was actually pretty funny.
That's how you get a full act, by the way. You want to get a full act? Get the judges involved. You get
the judges involved. Yeah. I mean, I got to tell you, they looked like they were spinning really fast. I mean, they looked like they were holding on for their lives.
Oh yeah.
So if I was that guy, and I love what the DJ Khaled guy said. He's like, "You're brave. You're brave because you got people's lives in your hands." He's right in a way because, man, these people have a lot of money. You don't want to wreck them and throw them off the stage.
Yeah.
So.
I gotta say, of course, he didn't go through. I'm not crying about it.
It wasn't gonna happen.
But it was entertaining to watch, I guess. Not worth $1 million, so adios, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could do with it. You're throwing around. I mean, I don't know. That one, you're right.
Okay, what about your favorite act?
Well, listen, I got to tell you, I
know you love these guys so much. I know.
Listen,
like, you were crying last night when they didn't go through.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Mirror Image, which they did go through.
Dang it! They did.
They did go through, and
I blocked it out, bro. I blocked it out because I don't think.
No, I had a little confusion because there's another act where it's twins and it's magic that I don't like. These guys, when they came through their first audition round, they're on ADHD. They're ADHD. I don't know what's going on. They're really active. They remind me of the millennials of today, of young kids very much. But I got to tell you, I am impressed. There's something about them. There's charisma there in these children. I'm telling you right now, there's something there. And I want to put this out to everybody as we're talking right now, okay? The mirror image twins, okay? They're not letting nothing stop them. They're driven.
Yeah, including talent, because they don't have any talent.
They don't have
twice.
Great talent. They don't have great talent, but
bro,
they have.
It's not an act, bro. Going out there and acting
talent.
like you have ADD for 10 minutes is not an act.
Listen, their voices are they're okay. Their dancing is, I would argue, better than the people who went through. I like their little dancing routine better than that.
What, you mean they're better than Emily and Junior?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Well, they went through.
Yeah.
So my point is there's an intangible about these two kids, and they came back humble, which I liked.
Bro, I disagree wholeheartedly because they came on stage again, grinning and smiling, acting like immature children. They did a singing set.
Well, they are.
They did a singing set that was out of pitch, barely even together as a duo singing set. It wasn't great. Then they did a dancing set that was basically them flailing around for 2 minutes.
I disagree. Dude, I feel like
what did Khaled said? He said that was interesting. Right,
it's because of their what they're putting out. It's the energy they're putting out. And I'm telling you, this is my word to people out there in YouTube land. Okay, don't be so worried about what people think about you. Okay, these guys could be back at their high school, or I don't know how old they are. I think they're seniors in high school, whatever they are. They could be back at their high school right now watching the show, but because of their attitude, and they're just going for it. And that's the way you should attack life. You should just go for it. And if you don't have great talent, you don't have to have great talent to be successful. You got to have talent a little bit, and you got to be driven. You got to, in order to be successful in this world. You can sit on your butt and you can have all the talent in the world, but if you're sitting on your butt, nobody's going to come and drag you to success.
But this isn't worth $1 million.
They're not going to win this. They're not going to win this show.
Right. And you think they should have gotten past the little midget guys that are actually entertaining and funny?
No, I'm not taking mirror image and saying that they shouldn't have made it to the final 7, because Junior and Emily made it to the final 7.
Yeah.
So they're my throwaway group. So I'm sorry, Junior and Emily don't deserve to be there more than mirror image.
They didn't deserve to get the first edition. That's
so give me another 7th. Who else? If mirror image doesn't go through, give me your other one.
The midgets.
There's no midgets go. Junior and Emily are out. Midgets are in.
You're saying midgets are in, Junior and Emily out. Okay.
All right. Give me another one to replace mirror image.
What about the other magic guy that didn't go through? He was good.
He was terrible. No, he wasn't. Okay. He was terrible.
All right.
His hands were shaking. He was terrible.
His hands were shaking, but he did a trick that they couldn't figure out.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm sorry. I can only see so many of these where, I'm sorry, it's the same magic trick. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not allowed to.
I don't have an answer for you, but not for this set.
It's the same magic trick over and over and over again.
You're right.
When we get to Colin Cloud, we'll talk about something special. Anyways, I love that we both have different opinions. We tend to agree on most things, so it's nice that we don't agree on one thing.
Well, no. So, it's not that I don't agree with you. You're saying that they're going through because if they don't go through, who else goes through?
I'm saying that they deserve to go through than anybody else who didn't go through. Right.
What I'm saying is there were acts last week that should have gone through that didn't go through. Maybe switch.
They weren't
that
on
up.
This week. I mean, I'm with you. Yeah. I mean, yes. Are they the best act? No, they're not. But in last night's acts,
are they better than Junior and Emily? Yes.
Yes.
But that's that's not a huge bar to reach. I'm
not saying they're going to win the whole show. But it's not going to bother me to see them again. I'm
just still butthurt that the midgets aren't going through because they genuinely made me, my wife, and my kids laugh the entire time they performed.
Okay, and I just want to be clear. I'm pretty sure you can't say midget anymore.
Okay,
pretty sure
whatever.
it's
Whatever.
small
The
person.
little fake little guys.
What's funny is they're not even real midgets or
No,
small
they're not
people.
midgets. They're like, what are they? I don't.
They're people.
What do you
They're
call
regular
them?
people. They're in puppets. They're puppets.
Right, the little puppet
Yeah.
guys. They look like they act though as
It's a
if they're
puppet show.
small
Yeah.
people. I mean, listen, if I'm not being politically correct, I'm sorry. I don't know what
Listen.
the term is. What's the term for puppet looking like a
Wait.
dwarf? I don't know.
Wait, short people got no reason. I mean, you can't do this stuff no more. You can't talk about it. So,
You
but
can't talk
that's
about midgets.
that's history. That was a great song, by the way. #1 song. Short people
I
got
have
no
nothing
reason.
against midgets. I mean, these guys are they take on a full person's persona and they drop down to a little person, right, as a puppet. And I don't care whatever the terminology is. It's hilarious. What they're
Wow,
doing is
I would
hilarious.
love to see small people rise up and get mad because they're being represented and now they're not. And why are they not on the show? Why is Junior and Emily on the show? And the Quittables? Is it Quittables?
The Quittables.
And that sounds like the Quiddlers. And why aren't the Quiddlers on the show?
Yeah.
Why is Junior and Emily on the show?
Yeah.
If I'm a small
Why is
person,
Mirror Image on the
I'm
show
mad right now.
Why?
Hey, listen, where's Peter Dinklage? Get your butt out here. Speak up, man. All right.
So just a real quick hindsight. You think that it was fine for them to go through because other crap went through, and
Listen, man, stop judging me, bro.
I'm saying that they shouldn't
I didn't
go
say
through.
other crap went through. They're not crap. I like Mirror Image. I'm
Okay,
just
all right.
breaking it
So
down.
Shane likes Mirror Image. So I was
There it
right
is.
when I made that joke yesterday when I was like your
I
favorite
didn't-
group.
I didn't realize that it was that they were Mirror Image because I was thinking it was the
The magicians.
Magic Act, the Magic Act twins
Yeah.
that I didn't like. And you're right, I don't like those guys. So when he
Okay.
comes back, I don't want him to make it. So for sure,
You don't want them to make it, right?
them because it's two of them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
two of them. They act like it's one. All right.
I didn't like it.
You know what's funny is like if that audition, if they wouldn't have shown their trick, they'd be able to do more tricks going forward.
Dude,
but-
if they should have in Judges Cuts 3 or 4, whatever which one they're in, if they had then did the twin thing, that would have been fantastic. He should have did his own stick and then come in and they did the twin thing in the next one. And I hope that there's triplets for the live finale.
I really
Just
hope they
keep
have
it going,
triplets. Yeah.
You know? So
Okay, so the next one was Edie Claire. We talked about her. She was fantastic.
she did great. Her dad's dying. It's horrible.
It's horrible. It sucks.
She's gonna go.
Everybody was
she'll
crying.
go a long ways.
My wife was crying. My kids were crying. Everybody was crying.
Yeah, her story's gonna take her.
Yeah. Still think that what's his name's gonna win though.
Oh, he's definitely great.
Okay, Kyle Eschen. Cool.
He was the guy. He was the other guy. He was the one that we were
No,
talking
there was
about.
two. There was three magicians last night. Kyle
They didn't show
Eschen
one.
and Xavier Motimir.
Yeah, but I don't think they showed Xavier. I think Kyle's the one who hid the thing in the book, who replaced the page and the card, who swapped them.
You know what?
For sure.
We're gonna skip past these guys because they did the same act and they didn't go through. Let's
And they
talk
didn't
about
make it.
Colin Cloud. This guy.
Man.
Woo-wee. I think you
Hey,
texted
that
me
guy-
last night and
oh.
said Colin Cloud made a deal with the devil, bro, because no one should know those
100%.
things.
100%. Colin Cloud, you scare me.
You scare me, bro.
You scare me. Did you see the look on Mel's face when he told her what she was thinking? I mean, I know there's a trick to that, but I can't figure it out. So
This
I'm
is
not
what-
going to spoil nothing
Can
for you guys.
I
don't know
tell
how
you
he's
what
doing
I think that he told her?
Okay.
There's $100,000 in your nightstand. Just go along with it.
No, she told them what he said later. Did you see that? Did you catch that?
Something about like her beef with some other woman.
Yeah, and he knew the woman's name, bro. It's
Right.
trippy. And that she was thinking about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, how did he get Goddess in the audience?
I don't know.
How
I
do
don't
you
know.
do that? How do you know? I mean, maybe that's who she is, and maybe he guessed it, but you got to be so lucky to make sure that's what she's thinking at that moment.
Look, we often will debunk most of the magic acts on here, and most of the magic acts I can tell you exactly how it's done, or at least how I would have done it. But
Right.
with this guy, I got nothing.
I don't know.
It's a head shaker, man. I don't know.
I will say I did not like his cell phone unlock. I didn't like that, and I didn't think it was that amazing.
Yeah, I don't care about any cell phone. Magicians need to stop using cell phones in their act. We don't care about cell phone usage.
And there's too much opportunity for that to be a hacked thing or that to be a setup thing.
Too easy, yeah.
Yeah, it's too easy. They really should stay away from that. So it was everything else he did that was fantastic.
Right.
It was definitely not that portion.
I agree,
but
man.
Colin Cloud, fully expect to see Colin Cloud pretty close to the finals.
I think that we're going to see Chase, Colin Cloud, the little golden buzzer, the 13-year-old from last Judge Cuts, Evie. Let's see, and I want to say
there's more to come too. There's more. I mean, we got more Judge Cuts coming. There's going to be more.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be some competition this year, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I think Colin Cloud though and Chase will be top 7.
Yeah, Colin Cloud.
Not top 7 this show, like top 7 overall. The last show.
I think Colin Cloud sold his soul to the devil. So
yeah. And the next group was Pelican 212.
They got 4 seconds on stage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they got 4 seconds. Nobody cares. They're gone. Next one was one of my favorite acts. I love this guy. Just as much as I love the singing, dancing troupe, Puddles Pity Party.
You like that one? Okay.
I love Puddles, man. I don't know what to tell you. I know you're not supposed to like this guy. Clowns are stupid.
No, clowns aren't stupid. I don't know why Simon has that weird thing about clowns.
You know what?
I mean, I think clowns are scary. Sometimes.
Honestly, if another clown came on set and wasn't talented, I wouldn't care. But like, this guy is so talented. Yeah. His voice is so talented, and like, I don't even think he needs the clown thing. I think he can do without the clown thing and still get by.
The clown thing's perfect, bro, because the clown thing is his character. I love that he doesn't talk, but he sings. That is, I mean, I can see, and I think I even put it in my notes. You know, I could see him being a cartoon. You could turn this character into a cartoon. You could turn it into a movie short. There are some really cool things you could do with his character, and the fact that he sings so well. You know, and Perfect Song all by myself. I love that song,
dude. My daughter's reaction was gold. She turns to me and she goes, "Is he human?"
He's so big, man.
I know. I'm like, he just dressed up like a clown, you know, like at your birthday party. She goes, "Oh." 'Cause for her, she just sees this like monstrosity singing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great. You know, I think he's right there with singing Trump. The thing is, I don't think they're gonna make it like to the win. I think they're gonna get pretty far though, because their act is so fun that the show's gonna want to keep them as far as they can, but they're not gonna let them win.
If he sang opera, then he might go to the end. But because he just sings regular songs, if he was an opera singing clown that didn't talk other than singing, he would go all the way to the end. I guarantee you. That's just the way this show works.
I wouldn't like him as much if he sang opera.
That's true. There's acts though that have been that way in the past. I wish I could remember. There was a guy who was always dressed up in like season 3, 2, 3. I can't remember, but he went all the way to the final 3.
Oh wow!
And it was got a lot of attention.
Yeah. Okay. And then now we're gonna talk about the final act, your favorite act of all time.
You got to give me some love on this, bro.
The act that is keeping you in the bet, currently keeping you in the bet, is Yoli Mare. With, again, the same exact backstory, whatever, but I'll give it to her. The performance was good.
All right.
I didn't like her as much as Evie, but she was worthy of a spot, and you couldn't really get rid of her. But I'm fully expecting her, by the time the audience comes into play, her not to be there anymore.
Okay, so what is the bet again? Now, when do I win?
She's got to get to the finals. You said in that first show, you said you expect to see her in the finals.
Top 7, right?
And I said, no way. Yeah, the last show.
If she can make it to the final 7, then we're there.
Yeah, you got the final show, right? The final,
So listen, you guys all heard it here. If she gets to the final 7, I win. Okay.
Right.
So if she doesn't make the final 7, then he wins.
Technically, nobody wins because I said that by the next time she performs, she would be gone.
You did say that, but I said, well, let's let you hang in there a little longer because,
Look,
I
at
felt
this
like you
point,
didn't-
I'm playing for you not to win.
Yeah, you want me not to
I'm
win.
playing
but
I'm playing for a mute bet. That's what I'm playing for.
Well, she
got
was the
through.
second best singer last night to me.
Second best singer, sure.
So now that's interesting.
Are you saying after Evie or after Chase?
After Chase.
Yeah, I would say for me it went Chase, Evie, Yoli, Puddles.
Okay, for me it went Chase, Yoli, Puddles, Evie.
Okay, I thought Evie did fantastic.
I thought Evie did great. I mean, it was a really good song, but she did lose pitch later, and she's emotional. I get it.
I gotta be honest with you though. When Heidi was the one talking about her pitch, my wife looked at me and she goes, "What the heck does Heidi know about pitch?"
I thought it was Simon that talked about
No,
pitch,
it was Heidi, dude. Heidi said that. She goes, you lost your pitch at the end, and my wife was like, "What does Heidi know about pitch?" She's a supermodel that's been given a job her whole life because of her looks. The only talent she has is looking good. So let's be honest.
I only listen to Simon and Mel B when it comes to singing acts.
I'm nothing against Heidi, but like Heidi shouldn't be giving singing advice to anybody because she has a hard time with the English language. So come on now.
That makes sense. Now you realize that 5 of the 7 acts that went through last night were singing acts.
Yeah, the singing acts are stacked this year.
5 of the 7. I mean, it's hard. When somebody has talent and you're looking to move them on, there needs to be some sort of emotional reaction. And that's why there are so many singers. Number one, that's a talent that people have. A lot of people can sing, but it also evokes an emotional response. And so I really do want to see more. I mean, please let there be a comic. We've got a couple good magicians, but the singers are going to start getting weeded out really soon. There's a lot of shows with singers.
What about your boy, bro? What about your boy? Last Judge Cuts that went through that magic act. I know you want to see him again, right?
Which one?
The guy that buried himself.
Oh, dude. Do we got to talk about that again?
I hate him so much. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, my husband!
I hate it so much. They're trying to invoke emotional response to get a connection with the audience, and the only emotional response they're getting is hate.
I don't know. Yeah, no, they're getting. Nobody likes those.
Nobody
guys.
likes them. I don't understand how they're still on the show.
They'll get voted off. They won't make the first.
No way they beat Colin Cloud. That's for sure.
No way. He's an actual magician. He's a wizard.
Oh, I love
a magician.
Last week's Judge Cut was so good because the most expensive, spectacular loss I've ever seen in my life was when that guy lost after taking all those trips around the world.
Oh,
he lost to a guy with a hammer. With a hammer, dude. A guy spent $2 at Home Depot on a hammer. This guy spent $70,000 traveling the world and then lost.
Well, he also lost to the guy who buried himself and his wife cried.
That's true.
So he lost to him too.
That's true. That's rough, man. I feel sorry for that dude. At least that guy was talented. I do feel
bad for him. Yeah.
Okay, well that's the end of Judge Cuts 2. We'll be back this week?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
No, next Tuesday.
Next Wednesday. Next Tuesday, next show.
What's going on this week?
I'm pretty sure we got Judge Cuts 3. There's going to be probably, I'm guessing 4 or 5 Judge Cuts.
Really?
I got to double check the schedule. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of acts that still need to be weeded down.
Okay, well, we'll be back next week then for Judge Cuts 3. And we're planning on doing a Game of Thrones podcast pretty soon. As soon as Shane gives me the go-ahead, right, Shane?
I'm not there yet, bro. But yeah,
almost,
we're talking
bro.
about
Almost, yeah.
Game of Thrones. Well, let's talk about
dancing.
We got a couple others though too, right?
And there's a movie coming up next week. I forgot what it was called.
The Dark Tower.
Dark Tower, yeah.
Stephen King.
Shane is a huge Stephen King fan. So you guys, you're in for a treat. Number one, I'm a movie fan. I don't read as much as Shane does, or not anymore. I used to, but I never really read a lot of Stephen King. Shane, on the other hand, has read Stephen King, multiple times. Every one of his books, he's a massive fan. We're talking about, you're gonna get a review, a spoiler review, from a guy whose favorite author, most of the time, is Stephen King.
No, it's true.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
That's
and unfortunately.
review.
it's going to be tough. Most of his movies don't cut the mustard, so we'll see what happens.
Because most of his movies, though, haven't had his real stamp of approval. They just bought the name, right? This one has a stamp of approval, so it might be different.
Well, and in my mind, Steve and I are neighbors. So
right.
in my mind, so it's going to be interesting to see.
When I say superfan, I'm saying Steven, run. Okay.
Listen,
don't let Shane near your house. Don't accept his fan mail. Don't open a letter. If it says Shane on it, don't open a letter, bro. Something's wrong with it.
I've never been to Maine, bro. back to America's Got Talent. Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, we'll be back next week for AGT Judge Cuts 3.
Woo.
It's gearing up for a pretty good show. Again, I'm with everybody out there. I don't like the editing. I hate this. I think that this season is gonna be a failed experiment for NBC because they changed the format and they changed the way that they started doing this weird we want it to seem a spontaneous format, but really it's not. It's scripted, and we all know it, and we don't like it. So I feel like season 12 will be a failed experiment for NBC, but I gotta say, I think we'll see Tyra back next season because she's not bothering me anymore. I don't know what to tell you.
And the talent's good this year.
And it's not about not bothering me, but like if she's bothering me, I'm a regular American person. She's got to be bothering other people too. She's found a stride where she can do her thing without making the hair on the back of my neck stand up. You know?
Right. It's not about her anymore. So when she first started the show, it was about her, and she's found a place. Just kind of, she's a prop. She's a decoration.
Host, like a regular host.
Well, no, she's actually a little less than a host, in my opinion. I think she's even taken a subtle backstep. You don't see her out there a whole lot. She comes out at the beginning of the show, and then you see her a few times in between. Not much.
That's right.
I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that.
We're going to see her real skills, though, at the end in the live shows where she actually has to host.
She will have to host. She'll have to, bring them out, hear and dim the lights. Oh, wait, that's American Idol. But okay. Ryan Seacrest.
Okay, yeah, by the way, we'll be doing American Idol this year when it comes back.
You bet.
So, and as I've never seen a single episode of it, but Shane has watched every episode twice, and he's listened to the audiobooks. I'm kidding.
It's hard to listen to those audiobooks. People singing like that. Ooh, it's scary.
Okay, man. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. We'll do a quick prediction on Monday, and then on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we'll be back with the recap show next week. Till then, enjoy your weekend. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Make sure you guys subscribe below, okay? And make sure you guys reach out to us and let us know what you think.
Comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. We'll see you on Wednesday.
See you next week.